Hello and welcome to Blytheweigh Business News. Today I'm joined by Mark Child, who is Chairman and Chief Executive of Condor Gold. Condor is listed in London on the AIM market, ticker of CNR. It's also listed in Toronto on the Toronto Stock Exchange with a symbol of COG. Condor is developing its gold mine in Nicaragua. Now, Mark, it's been an exciting month for Condor, and you've just announced that site preparation work has commenced at the La India project. Someone's described that already, I think one of the mining analysts, as a landmark step in the evolution of Condor from being an explorer into being a producer. So tell us what you've been doing most recently and why is it significant?
Yes, well, hello. Well, it's significant because it step changes the project from exploration and development towards the construction phase of the mine. And obviously to break ground like this and do the site preparation, you've got to have all the permits in place. So we have permits to construct and operate and develop the mine for 10 years for 1.12 million ounces of gold. And what we're doing to demonstrate that we've got the land in this area, we have 95% of the land over the project, is to start the site preparation. The main thing we're doing is a major access road to the plant, which will be 20 meters wide. We'll take out 1.3 meters of topsoil. And then after that, it's about 90 meters long, that road. It'll go down to 8 meters for internal roads and a bypass road. And then we're clearing the area where the processing plant's going to be, the jaw crushers, the crushing grinding equipment, the tanks, warehouses, layout areas. About 15 hectares in total that we're doing. This is all being done professionally. With the ministers actually visited yesterday. The Ministry of Forestry visited the site yesterday and gave the permission to cut down trees, and then we're replacing every tree we cut down with 10 new trees out of our nursery of 7,000 trees. So it's an exciting time.
Someone's described it today as Condor setting environmental standards in developing a mine project. I'm sure you must be very proud of that. But just tell us about, now you've got the infill drilling of the starter pits also ongoing. What's happening there?
On the starter pits, well, in the main pit, La India open pit, we've got 900,000 ounces of gold. And of that, there's about 820,000 in the higher indicated category, and there's a reserve out of that of 675,000 ounces. So what we've said is that we can high grade that to get started. So we're infill drilling on a 25 meter spacing. These pits are very shallow, they're only 35 meters deep. And to give you an idea, we've got about 450,000 tons at 4.2 grams per ton for about 60,000 ounces. So that's the mill feed that we can take that 450,000 tons to the processing plant, very high grade, and it gives you a quick payback and economics. So the idea is we can either put that through our own plant, and have or we could toll mill that, but we need to do that infill drilling anyway. And we're, in terms of drilling on that, we're on about the third hole actually at the moment.
Excellent. So I don't think we talked about a number for the open pit, but I understand the open pitable resource is about 1.1 million ounces of gold. So clearly, with the most recent announcement about breaking ground and moving forward at La India, the open, the shallow underground, it's been a heck of a year for Condor. If I were to ask you to pick out a couple of the top achievements for 2020, what would you say they were, Mark?
Well, you mentioned the 1.12 million ounces, Tim, and that's additional ounces. So we permitted 2 high-grade feeder pits this year, which we announced in April and in May. That made the project 50% bigger in terms of potential production ounces. So in our PFS, we were 80,000 ounces of gold per annum, and now out of the 3 pits, we can be 120,000 ounces of gold. So that's material. The government permitting is clearly a very good sign. The second thing I would say is the land. We've got 100% of the land over the processing plant area, over the tailing storage facility, over the explosive magazine, over the warehouses, we've got about 95% over the waste dump area, we've got 96 over the pit. So the land is a major, major de-risk, and it's been a real headache. We've had to deal with 50 landowners, 70 lots of land. I had a team working on this for 5 years. We started planning on it, but that's a major, major de-risk, and that means that we can proceed. So we're now running the company as if we own 100% of that land, and we've got government support. So that we're also engineering. So we significantly moved all the engineering. So we're 50% plus, I think it's 58% now today on the tailings storage facility, fully engineered, the site work and the Lasamona Dam. We've also done a lot of mine schedules on which do we do this in 2 stages, what's the most economic and advantageous to the shareholder. So we've really moved the project this year.
So a significant year, 2020. As we now look into 2021, what can we expect for you in the first half of the year? What can be the highlights we should be looking out for?
Well, the 120,000 ounces per annum, which you mentioned, would be quite a big mill. It would be 3,500 tons a day, the capex of $120 million. We've run a number of scenarios. We will eventually be that or even bigger because it excludes 1.2 million of underground. So you could take this up to 170,000 ounces of gold if you drilled out the underground and got it permitted, which you would do because it's underneath the pits. It's easy to permit it relatively to pits. I'm doing underground, but you just got to drill it and finance it. So I think that we'll announce the actual plant. We're most likely at the moment, the most attractive option for us is to do this in 2 stages to minimum capex, maximum cash flow, high grade the pits, which is why we're doing that infill drilling. We'll announce another drill rig coming on site to infill drill on Mestiza, that high grade open pit, which is 120,000 ounces at 8.6 grams. So and the mill feeds about 5.7, so that's again 50% higher than the main pit. So sizing it, I think we'll do further site clearance and preparation over the other areas of the plant. We've got the construction financing, which we're lining up. And in fact, today I had an email in from a regional bank saying, we'd like to finance you. So there's plenty of, when you're permitted, you're clearing the ground, all these good things, the banks are coming to us with gold at where it is right now. So I think that's those are the things to look forward to. And drill results, of course, we should have some very positive drill results because we're infill drilling in areas we know. Both the 4,000 in La India and the 8,000 that were put on Mestiza. So I think it's looking positive for next year.
Well, Mark, we wish you luck with that. You've clearly got the momentum with you. That was Mark Child, Chairman and Chief Executive of Condor Gold, outlining his plans now to move the Nicaraguan gold project with those amazing numbers. Don't forget, over 120,000 ounces a year for the first 7 years and perhaps even more than that. Mark's aiming to bring that into production with low capex and early into production with high grade as soon as he possibly can. That's it from Blytheweigh Business News for today. Thanks for watching.